All right, we're gonna do a little scene. Now, I got a silhouette of a man praying, or his head down and everything like that. I got it just got it off of the internet. And I cut him out. He's about 1.5 inches. That's what it is, because we wanna have room for the arms and everything like that. Okay. What I have here, let me see, before we start, let me get my I forgot my glove, my wristband. A lot of people have asked me what this is that I'm using here on my wrist. All it is just it's just to keep my wrist straight while I'm carving, so I don't mess my wrist up or anything like that. Okay. Now, we have the figure. The first thing we're going to do, of course, is get this head down. So, what we want to do is, oh, by the way, this is 1.5 inches. It's 1.5 inches wide. So we want to get the head down. Now, I'm going to do this like I did the Amish people. I'm not going to put a face on him. That way it can signify that it's anyone that is having this done. I'm going to have him at a grave site, praying over a grave site. So, and we're going to take all this off right here and get that head down. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm breathed a little too much of that sawdust. All right. Now that we've got the head down, like this. I'm sorry. Now what we want to do, we want to go ahead and put, I'm going to go ahead and put this hand's in this pocket here. Okay. We had to do it about 1.5 inches so that we would have plenty of room to put our hands in the pockets. In other words, and I'm going to cut here, cut there, and we're putting the hands in the pockets. Okay. Now, of course, this up here will have to come down. All that will have to come down because a man's shoulders does not come up that high. Okay. All right. Just kind of, and I'm just going to set my boundaries here. All right. See that? And I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this hand down here like this. Drop that hand or arm down here like this. Where it's hanging down. And then cut. Like that. Take off. Then bring this down, of course. And put, of course, this here as the place for the hand. Bring that there. Okay, so we're basically getting this figure down where we can then, I'm going to go ahead and just slightly cut in between these legs back here. And cut down where these shoes are going to be. And then just slightly begin to take this off also. Now, from here, we can see now that sorry, this hand will have to definitely come down a little bit. In other words, where it okay. So let's look at our figure right here. Let's look at it. And of course these will have to come down. Your shoulders will have to come down. Okay. And these shoulders will have to come down here. Now this is not a caricature, so we're going to proportion it a little bit more. Now let's go ahead. That's a young man that drives up and down the street all the time. He's either got loud music on or his pipes or something. He's a young kid, you know. Wants us all to know he's here. So, all right. Going to come up here. Sort of take where we can have our hand available. Okay, let's look at our figure here. Let's look at our figure here. We need to take a little bit more out into this area. Just like that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and we need to decide what we want to do as far as pants and coats and all that other stuff, in other words. So let me bring this down also in here. All right, with our let's go ahead and put a coat coming down here like this. And I want to cut into here. All right. And of course that coat will come down here and it'll come across here. Okay? And the same thing here. We're just gonna basically come down like this. And cut up. Okay. And let's come up. Now that also will come down and join. Well, actually, it's going to come up like come through here and join with the coat down here. So it's going to sort of wave like here, and we'll cut like that. And then we'll come like this, and then we'll sort of design it back here, or shape it is what I'm trying to say back here. All right, now let's come back here and just sort of bring these hands up. We're not going to be quite as thick. And let's come across the back of it and come down here like this. And let's do the same thing here. We're going to come up and we're going to come from the inside of the coat. We're going to do this to it. All right. And let's down here like that. Okay, and we're going to bring this all down just a little bit. And that's all going to have to come forward like this. And let's just deepen that coat pocket right there. See? Let's dig in a little bit more and make that a little bit better. All right, now as we look at the piece, we're doing some good here. And let's go ahead and come back here, and I'm going to bring that up to the bottom of the coat. And let's just sort of get that one in there. And let's go ahead and cut for our shoes in here, where our shoes meet with our pants legs. Although we may have to bring our pants down even more. It's all right. Okay, now let's remove a little bit in here between the legs, and that really is not going up far enough, so we're going to have to come up further. The reason I didn't cut it too far is because I didn't want to. So you just cut it with your knife and you come in like that. Okay, we're going to bring those shoes back. Now, let's get these shoes kind of the way we want them. They're going to have to come down there way too large. Come in between that leg. Coming in between that leg. Now, I think it's time to go ahead and quit for the moment. And so what we see here, I'm going to deepen that just a little bit more in there. There we go. Okay, what we want to do now is we're going to come back and work on it again.